Good afternoon, guys. It's Working, bringing you a quick update on Steem. Hope you guys are having a wonderful afternoon. We're looking at Steem to Bitcoin. This is the 1 week chart on Bittrex, guys, and I wanted to kind of start at the bigger picture. Obviously, Steem is operating within a larger wedge. We're getting a series of lower highs, higher lows. As it approaches the apex of this wedge, guys, clearly anytime you approach the apex of a wedge, a breakout becomes more likely. What I'm liking about this, there's numerous ways you can count this, whether you're counting this as a primary wave 1 up, followed by an A, B, all of which is a C correction, or in my opinion, I think we're looking at a primary wave 1 up, followed by an A, B, C, D, and E. Within this triangle. In my opinion, that's the most valid count. Either way, it's looking rather bullish in the fact that we do have what seems to be an ending diagonal here. Price is obviously operating within a falling wedge. That's usually a very bullish pattern. We can see price came down here. It looks like it's just starting to break out of this wedge. What I love about this wedge, though, guys, is the fact that price has respected it both to the upside and the downside so many times in the past, been tested numerous times. If I was to zoom in here on the daily, so this is on the weekly. If I was to zoom in here on the daily, you can imagine how many times we'd see it tested. So this is, that's a bullish indication that price is remaining within this wedge, guys. We are getting, we're having some structure to the market. Price came down here once again, perfect touch right at the bottom of the wedge, and logic tells me if we don't end up breaking out, we should at the very least come back up and test the top of this wedge at least one more time. At that point, we'll either break out or we might come back down in for one more wave down, followed by an impulse up. Again, we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out, but certainly it looks like in the short term, it looks like we may get some bullish momentum. Doesn't mean that has to play out, just means that's a possibility, and that's what logic would tell us. We look here, we zoom in, again, price broke out. Volume is not nearly what I'd like to see it. However, in the next few days, in the last few days, I should say, it has increased little by little. So if that trend if that trend continues, guys, that's gonna that may set up a sustainable bull run, maybe just a short-term bull run. But either way, we need to see volume continue to increase. If we come in here and zoom in, look at this microstructure here. What are we seeing? If I go swing low, swing high of the microstructure, what do we have? We have clear. Obviously, we had to take out this prior high of this wick that was sitting at about 14.2, or excuse me, 14.4 K Satoshi. Came up, hit that exact top, double top, and shot right back down. Good news is price came up, double top, right back down. Where did it hit? We had a perfect hit right here at the 618 fib level, where it impulsed right back up. Very, very bullish indication, guys. Very technical, so far it's been in the last 12 hours or so, we've had a very impulsive-looking wave. Let's see if that does continue. Again, we've got to take out this prior high at about 14.4 K Satoshi. We're getting where we're getting resistance is this order block right here. Right. You always make sure you're checking the prior what happened prior in the chart to know what's going to happen going forward, guys. Clearly, we've had, once it hit this order block here, we had a lot of resistance twice. Where the body of the candle came up much more impulsively here this second time. We got a lot more bullish momentum this second time rather than just the wick on the first. That's bullish. Let's see what we can get on this third time. Third time may be the charm to where we break right through it. If price does break through the top of this wedge here, or excuse me, the top of this resistance area, which is about 14.4 K Satoshi, I think it's going to be a very quick rise to about 15 K Satoshi at least. That 15K to 15.6 K Satoshi is a decent supply zone. A lot of sell orders sitting up in here, guys. So price might come up here, get a little rejection. We'll have to wait and see how if we get a strong rejection or not. But that would be a decent place. So you got a good risk to reward if you wanted to play a quick scalp trade up to that level. Again, knowing that we might get a bounce once again off the top here, we might come right back down. So it'd be a very risky play, guys. But again, not financial advice at all. But if it does end up breaking above, I think it would be a very quick rise up to at least 15K Satoshi. To the downside, if price does end up falling, certainly a good entry would be somewhere around the resistance area of this bottom ascending support line of the larger outer wedge, which would be this line right here, guys. The bottom of the larger wedge, which would be right here. This would be a very good place to stack in buy orders if it ever gets down there, and I'm not saying it's going to, guys. So as of right now, things are looking rather bullish. If we come in here, we look at our moving averages. This is on the 4-hour. We can see that price came up and is broken through the 8-day EMA. That's a very bullish sign. Still has some room to rise before we get to the outer Bollinger Bands, the top of the outer Bollinger Band here on the 4-hour. If we go here and look at the daily, we can see price came up on the daily, tested the 21-day EMA, was rejected. Looking at this candle here, guys, price, or excuse me, clearly it was rejected. Looking at this candle here, guys, it came back down, was rejected hard. Bulls were able to catch it. We've got a strong wick, push it right back up. That's a bullish sign that bulls were able to catch it so quickly. What I'd like to see today is I'd like to see this daily candle here close above the 21-day EMA. If that does happen, in my opinion, that's going to be an extremely bullish indication and possibly signal a complete momentum shift towards the bulls, at least in the short term. So let's wait and see. Certainly, though, no matter what, if this momentum is going to continue, in my opinion, it has to at the very least close above the 8-day EMA here. If price does drop below the 8-day EMA, maybe just kind of watch out below that, and that's when we might see price come back down here to this this ascending support line of the outer wedge. But we're not there yet, guys. So far, so good. The big test is going to be if and when price comes up here and tests this 14.4K Satoshi, the prior high of this wick here, and whether or not it can break above that zone or not. That's going to be, in my opinion, the major test for Steem. Looking at the daily RSI, guys, we can see that that the RSI was able to break bigger. Yeah, I can't talk, guys. It's already been. I didn't get much sleep last night. We were working extremely late on a project with my nephew, but anyway, guys, you don't care about that. You want to hear about Steem. So yes, there's descending resistance line here. The RSI was able to break above on the daily RSI. Was able to break above it. We'd like to see if it can remain above it here. May come back down, test it at that point. If it acts as support rather than resistance, that's going to be a very bullish sign. So let's wait and see how high we can get this. If the RSI will continue to trend up. And again, if it does, guys, it's going to be an extremely bullish sign. Looking at the 4-hour RSI. 4-hour RSI has been trending up as well, looking very bullish for now. Looking at the MACD, this is also on the 4-hour, guys. We can see the MACD, the histogram looks like it's trending up. MACD and signal line both looking like they're trending up. Looking at the daily, showing no signs of reversing course on the MACD and signal line, both trending up as well, guys. So getting bullish indications all around. Stock RSI just got into overbought territory. However, we know the stock RSI can sit in overbought territory for quite some time. We're not seeing the same on the RSI, so I wouldn't put too much emphasis on that at the moment. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it there. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. As always, guys, I certainly would appreciate it if you just mash that upvote or that like button. Just lets me know you want me to continue to make these videos. And until next time, guys, trade safe, take care of yourselves. This is Working, signing out.